Have you ever wondered who steers the ship of the Caribbean community, commonly known as Caricom? Let's journey through the history and evolution of Caricom's leadership. Caricom, a regional grouping of 20 Caribbean nations, was born out of a vision for a unified and prosperous Caribbean. This vision was conceived in the early 1960s, amidst the wave of decolonization sweeping across the globe. The initial leadership structure of Caricom was formed by 4 founding members: Barbados, Guyana, Jamaica, and Trinidad and Tobago. These countries, each representing a unique facet of Caribbean culture and economy, banded together to create an organization that would propel the Caribbean towards a future of shared prosperity. The early years of Caricom saw a number of significant leaders who etched their names in the annals of Caribbean history. Leaders like Errol Barrow of Barbados, Forbes Burnham of Guyana, Michael Manley of Jamaica, and Eric Williams of Trinidad and Tobago. Each of these leaders brought their unique perspectives and experiences to the table, helping to shape Caricom's mission and objectives. From the outset, the leadership of Caricom was guided by a set of shared values and vision. They believed in the power of unity, the importance of economic cooperation, and the need for a common voice in international forums. These values were reflected in the early decisions of Caricom's leadership, from the establishment of the Caribbean Development Bank in the early 70s to the creation of the Caribbean Court of Justice in the early 21st century. The leaders of Caricom also recognized the importance of diversity within the Caribbean, and they worked tirelessly to ensure that every member country had a voice within the organization. This commitment to inclusivity and mutual respect has been a cornerstone of Caricom's leadership from the very beginning. From its inception, Caricom's leadership has been instrumental in shaping the Caribbean's socio-economic landscape. So, as we delve deeper into the evolution of Caricom's leadership, let's remember the vision and values that have guided this organization since its genesis. Caricom's leadership didn't remain static. It evolved over time, adapting to the changing needs and aspirations of the Caribbean people. As we journey through the decades, we see a shift, a transformation in the leadership structure and style of Caricom. Initially, the leadership was more about establishing the organization and setting its course. Leaders like Sir Shridath Ramphal, the first Secretary General, played a pivotal role in the formation and early operation of Caricom, setting a foundation for cooperation and integration among Caribbean states. During the 80s and 90s, the leadership focus shifted towards solidifying Caricom's position on the world stage. Leaders like Edwin Carrington, who served as Secretary General for an impressive 10 years, worked tirelessly to strengthen the organization's international presence. Under his leadership, Caricom was instrumental in global discussions on trade, climate change, and development. In the new millennium, the leadership style became more dynamic and responsive to the changing global landscape. This era saw leaders like Erwin LaRocque, the current Secretary General, who has been steering Caricom towards modernization and digital transformation. His dedication to leveraging technology for regional development has been a game-changer, making Caricom more relevant and impactful in today's digital age. These leaders, each in their unique way, have contributed to the evolution of Caricom's leadership. They've navigated the organization through changing times, always keeping the interests of the Caribbean people at the forefront. Let's not forget the countless individuals who have served in various leadership capacities within the organization. From the chairpersons of the Council for Foreign and Community Relations to the presidents of the Caribbean Court of Justice, these leaders have also played critical roles in shaping the organization and influencing its direction. It's important to note that Caricom's leadership evolution hasn't been a solitary journey. It has been shaped by global trends, regional issues, and the collective aspirations of the Caribbean people. From addressing climate change to enhancing regional integration, the leadership has evolved to meet the challenges of the time. Through the decades, Caricom's leadership has evolved, with each new leader bringing fresh perspectives and making unique contributions. As we entered the 21st century, the leadership of Caricom faced new challenges and opportunities. Globalization and the digital revolution have reshaped the world in ways unimaginable. For the Caribbean community, or Caricom, these changes brought forth both opportunities and challenges. The leadership, however, was not daunted. They recognized the potential for growth and development, and also understood the implications of these global shifts. Perhaps one of the most significant challenges of the 21st century has been climate change, a reality that hits the Caribbean particularly hard. Rising temperatures and increasingly frequent extreme weather events have threatened the region's food security and economic stability. Yet, Caricom's leadership has shown resilience and innovation. They've been proactive in seeking sustainable solutions, understanding that the survival and prosperity of their nations depend on it. One such example comes from Guyana, a member of Caricom. The nation has become a global leader in offshore discoveries since 2015, boasting an impressive 11.2 billion barrels of oil equivalent. And, with the leadership's commitment to sustainability, the Stabroek development has a lower emissions profile compared to other international oil developments. This is a testament to Caricom's leadership, showing the world that economic growth and environmental responsibility can indeed go hand in hand. But the journey has not been without criticism. Some argue that the leadership's response to these challenges has not been fast enough. Others question the transparency of decision-making processes within Caricom. Despite these criticisms, one cannot deny the strides that Caricom's leadership has made in navigating the complexities of the 21st century. They've shown a willingness to adapt, to innovate, and to do what is necessary for the betterment of the Caribbean community. The 21st century brought new challenges and opportunities, and Caricom's leadership rose to the occasion. The journey continues, and as we look to the future, there's no doubt that Caricom's leadership will remain at the forefront, ready to face whatever the new century brings. Now that we've looked at the past, let's focus on the present. Who leads Caricom today, and what are their priorities? Let's dive into the current leadership of the Caribbean community, or Caricom, a collective of Caribbean nations dedicated to promoting economic integration and cooperation among its members. The leadership of Caricom consists of a rotating chairmanship, currently held by the Prime Minister of Belize. This position rotates every 6 months among the heads of government of member states, ensuring a balanced and representative leadership. The current leadership is deeply focused on a vision of resilience, prosperity, and unity for the Caribbean. This vision is not just about overcoming the challenges of today, but creating a sustainable and vibrant future for the generations to come. A key priority for the current leadership is addressing the existential threat of climate change. Record-breaking heat waves are threatening regional food security, impacting soil and water, worker productivity and income, food prices and trade. The leadership is dedicated to strengthening the region's climate resilience, including the development of sustainable agriculture and fisheries, and the protection of the region's biodiversity. Economic development is another cornerstone of the leadership's vision. The recent oil and gas discoveries in Guyana, for example, have created new opportunities for economic growth and development. The leadership is working to ensure that these resources are used responsibly and sustainably to benefit all member states and to advance climate and food security in the region. Regional integration is a third priority for the current leadership. They are working to strengthen ties among member states to create a more unified and powerful voice on the global stage. The recent inclusion of the African Union in the G20 is a testament to the power of regional integration, and Caricom's leadership is dedicated to achieving similar recognition and influence for the Caribbean. The leadership is also committed to fostering social development and equality, promoting education and healthcare, and safeguarding the rights and well-being of all Caribbean people. The current leadership of Caricom is steering the Caribbean towards a future of resilience, prosperity, and unity. No conversation about leadership is complete without discussing the future. What does the future hold for Caricom's leadership? The future of Caricom's leadership holds promise, challenges, and an immense responsibility. As we move further into the 21st century, the leaders of the Caribbean community will need to navigate an increasingly complex global landscape marked by rapid technological advancements, environmental changes, and shifting socioeconomic dynamics. One of the looming challenges is climate change. As we've seen, heat waves are posing a growing threat to Caribbean food security. Future leaders of Caricom will need to prioritize strategies to mitigate the effects of climate change and bolster food security across the region. This will require a commitment to innovative agricultural practices, investment in climate-resilient infrastructure, and initiatives to promote sustainable resource management. On the other hand, there are also opportunities to be seized. The discovery of oil in Guyana, for instance, brings potential for economic growth and development. Future Caricom leaders must ensure that this newfound wealth is managed sustainably and equitably to benefit all member states. This might involve promoting transparency in the oil industry, investing in renewable energy projects, and using oil revenues to fund social development programs. Moreover, the inclusion of the African Union as a permanent member of the G20 offers an example of the increasing recognition of regional bodies in global economic discussions. In the future, Caricom's leadership could strive for a similar position to give the Caribbean a stronger voice on the global stage. The leaders of tomorrow must possess a forward-thinking mindset, a deep understanding of the region's unique challenges and opportunities, and a commitment to fostering unity and cooperation among member states. They will need to be adept at balancing economic development with environmental sustainability and local interests with global responsibilities. The future of Caricom's leadership is uncertain, but one thing is clear: it will continue to play a crucial role in shaping the Caribbean's destiny.